Welcome to Discovery Watch with John Kaiser.
I'm Jim Goddard. Welcome back to the show, John.
Jim, it's good to be back.
John, you described the Osisko mining and its Windfall project as the poster child for rethinking a marginal gold deposit in terms of a new geological model and using brute force exploration to turn it into a mineable ore body. How is the Windfall project shaping up?
Osisko is the most aggressive junior when it comes to brute force exploration as a strategy for turning a dog of a deposit into a future gold mine. And that's because Sean Rusin and John Brzezinski, they're not the type who sit around waiting for the price of gold to go up. They're smart enough to know that the usual gold bug arguments about higher gold price arising because of fiat currency debasement or hyperinflation caused by big government is not going to change the economics of mining a deposit like Windfall. Windfall had 180,000 meters of drilling done on it by past operators during the past 4 decades, and it resulted in 1.6 million ounces of 8 grams per ton. But a 2014 PEA for a 1,200 ton per day underground mine scenario that recovered half of that gold did not work at $1,200 gold. But when Osisko's Bob Wares and his team looked at this project in 2016, they came to the conclusion that the Windfall district was in fact a misunderstood equivalent of the 20 million ounce and very profitable Timmins district. And they were able to convince Bay Street to fund a 800,000 meter drill program last year, for which they raised about $100 million. And in October, they raised another $90 million. And they have been brute force drilling it all year, but the market's getting quite tired of, news releases describing, 5 meters of 30-gram gold, all the usual sort of stuff. What the market really wants to know right now is, was all this effort and cost worth it? Especially since all the assay labs got backlogged and other little juniors with considerably smaller program have been sitting around waiting for results so that they know what it is that they have got. Well, the stocks started to break down below testing the $3 level, and that's because they just put out an update indicating that the resource estimate that the market wants to see will not be available until May of this year, and a PEA, which hopefully shows that whatever the new ounces are really works at $1,300 gold. That will not be available until June. So they are starting another $100 million program this year. They seem to internally think that this is all coming together. The brute force strategy is working. Most of the $100 million they plan to spend this year involves completing an underground adit so that they can bulk sample, collect metallurgical samples, and do underground drilling, all towards a feasibility study that they hope to complete in 2019. So they're going gangbusters with full Bay Street support, but the market is really flying blind. We do not yet know if this entire effort is justified. However, Osisko continues to also do exploration in the broader area. So we're waiting for 2 things as we head into 2018. Is the main Windfall and the newer Lynx zone, do they have what it takes to be mineable just with what they have? And is there substantial additional potential in the land beyond this immediate area on which the resource estimate and the PEA will be focused?
We'll have more with John Kaiser right after the break.
Aben Resources Limited is a gold exploration company with significant projects in British Columbia, Saskatchewan, and the Yukon. Trading on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol ABN, and the pink symbol ABN-AF. Surrounded by world-class gold deposits and mines, Aben's 23,000 hectares Forest Kerr Gold Project is located in the heart of the Golden Triangle in northwestern BC. For more information, visit us at abenresources.com.
I'm Brian Fowler, president of Blind Creek Resources Limited, listed on the TSX Venture Exchange, ticker symbol BCK. Blind Creek is focused in the Yukon, Northwest Territories, and British Columbia. The company's key property is the Blend Project, one of the largest undeveloped lead-zinc-silver deposits in Western Canada, plus plans to advance the recently acquired, fully permitted historic engineer gold mine in the Atlan District of Northwestern BC. Check us out at blindcreekresources.com.
Welcome back. We're speaking with John Kaiser. John, Metanor Resources owns the former Barrie open pit mine property west of Osisko's Windfall property, which you speculated is a strategic acquisition target for Osisko. Did anything of consequence emerge in 2017?
Well, one thing of consequence was that the Metanor underwent a 10-for-1 rollback in April, but it did so with in conjunction with raising $15 million at post-rollback prices of 70 cents to $1. It brought in Eric Sprott as a substantial 12% shareholder not long after his key man, Greg Gibson, joined the board. Metanor's primary focus is the 800-ton-per-day Bachelor mine, which is about 50 kilometers north of the Osisko's Windfall project. And Metanor likes to tout that this is the only mill within the overall district. However, Osisko is not particularly interested in an 800-ton-per-day mill. They are looking at, they have a site to the west of Windfall near La Belle-sur-Quévillon, and they are probably going to develop, and in fact have to develop, a much higher capacity milling facility in order to justify their current $600 million market cap. So Metanor's focused at Bachelor Lake on trying to develop additional underground ore to be able to justify restarting the Bachelor Lake mill. But I think its real strategy is to coax a buyout from Osisko by enhancing the Barrie project. Now, the Barrie project hosts 3 small former pits that Metanor operated between 2008. About 44,000 ounces were recovered during that period. But beneath this, the mineralization that was mined is part of a system of gold mineralized shear zones. It appears to be different from what Osisko's chasing at the Windfall and the Lynx zones to the east. But the company drilled 49,000 meters last year. They've traced this system along strike 1,400 meters into a depth of 440 meters. And their big plan in 2018 is to start from the base of the pit and drive a decline underground to access the ore at 100-meter depth and deeper and recover about 10,000 tons and ship it to the Bachelor mill for processing so that they can assess, okay, what we target as underground or what will be the grade when we, process it in the mill. And of course, what they're hoping is that because of the strategic location of this project, that Osisko eventually will absorb this property to consolidate the Windfall district.
We'll have more with John Kaiser right after this.
I'm Greg Johnston, CEO of Carl Data Solutions, an industrial Internet of Things company that provides big data solutions for monitoring critical infrastructure. Carl Data offers machine learning and predictive analytics features through our cloud-based applications to deliver key asset-saving operational insights from massive amounts of data. Carl Data trades on the CSE, symbol CRL, and the pink symbol CDTAF. For more details on Carl Data, please visit carlsolutions.com.
MGX Minerals is revolutionizing the new energy economy with patented lithium extraction technology, replacing traditional solar evaporation using low-cost, low-energy nanofiltration. The first system of this paradigm shift technology is currently being commissioned. MGX Minerals trades on the CSE, symbol XMG, the OTCQB, symbol MGXMF, and Frankfurt, symbol 1MG. For more information, visit our website, mgxminerals.com.
Welcome back. We're talking with John Kaiser. John, Beaufield Resources piggybacked on the Osisko market momentum during the first half of 2017 and attracted a sizable investment from Osisko, which now owns 27%. Did Beaufield discover anything new within its urban Windfall properties?
Beaufield is shaping up to have been a very big disappointment from the fire that it caught last year when a disgruntled shareholder group led by Jim DeLuce kicked out Jens Hansen right around the time that Beaufield raised $6 million during that whole Windfall district funding frenzy. Beaufield has held ground in this area since the early 90s, but it has never really done a huge amount with it. One of the things it did do last year was acquire the Windfall East property from Alto Ventures for $300,000 and 2.7 million share. And this deal annoyed some Alto shareholders because they thought that Osisko's Lynx zone projected under the northern part of the property where no drilling had been done because of swampy ground and no obvious target at surface. Beaufield has also bought some stock in Alto at 12 cents, and that's an overhang. Alto itself has sold most of the Beaufield stock at higher levels than the current 12-cent stock price, and in retrospect, it did very well. Because at this point, based on the drilling that Osisko did at Lynx, it is not clear at what depth, if at all, the Lynx zone passes through the Windfall East property. So Beaufield also did 10,000 meters of drilling overall on its various properties in the Windfall district. But on the Golden Retriever zone, where they thought they had an extension of the Black Dog zone from Osisko ground to the northeast, all they got were 1 to 4 meter intervals of less than half-gram gold. On the Macho Block to the north, in an area between Methanor and Osisko, they drilled 6-hole, also insignificant results. Most of the exploration was on the Lac Rollo property, which adjoins to the north of Bonterra's Gladiator property, which has also seen an awful lot of drilling last year. But here the results were also so-so. They planned to do a 7,500-meter winter drill program, but on January 10th, Osisko, which already owned 19% of Beaufield, bought 16.9 million shares at 14 cents in an off-market transaction, which put it up to 27%. I suspect the disgruntled shareholder group that kicked out Jens Hansen has now bailed on the rest of the shareholders. A week later, Ron Stewart announced that the company has decided to defer a winter drilling program. They decided to wait for whatever it is that Osisko's up to. What's really happened is that Beaufield is now roadkill on the path to Osisko's eventual consolidation of the district. There's no reason to spend the money now on long shot targets. So as far as I'm concerned, Beaufield Resources and its Windfall urban projects no longer qualify as a Discovery Watch candidate.
John, you introduced Opus One Resources last year as an area play indicator for the Windfall district because of its Fecto property, which Osisko surrounded to the east. What is the Opus weather vane telling us about the Windfall area?
Well, judging from the 7-cent stock price, it looks like the weather vane is completely still. The area play is becalmed. As I discussed earlier, the market wants to see validation of this enormous expenditure on brute force exploration. They want to see that they aren't just making a mine rather than finding a mine. They want to see that there is interesting potential. Osisko has not really delivered any significant new zones in the broader area beyond the sort of Lynx and Windfall areas. Opus itself, when I introduced it as this sort of weather vane for the area play potential, it was called GFK Resources. It's changed its name to Opus in late July. It had started the year with a 3,000-meter drill program on 4 properties elsewhere in Quebec that they picked up via Probe Metals' acquisition of Adventure Gold. I never did see a published news release, but I did find the disappointing results buried in the May 2017 quarterly financials. Now, the company did do some work under the leadership of Tony Brisson on the Fecto project, and they did trenching work that uncovered a quartz stockwork zone with encouraging gold grades. They'd like to drill the target this winter, but so far the market is not jumping up and down with anticipation. My overall assessment is the area play is completely dead as far as the Windfall district is concerned. We will have to wait and see, perhaps till the into the second quarter of this year whether or not Windfall has what it takes to attract a much broader audience for these farther-flung exploration plays.
John, thank you so much for the update.
You're welcome, Jim.
We've been talking with John Kaiser, his website, kaiserresearch.com. I'm Jim Goddard.
Comments made on Discovery Watch are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at howstreet.com. Discovery Watch is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.